Welcome to the Aurora Forecast application. This application was developed to make it easier for people to understand Aurora forecasts. In this application, we use the traffic light system. Red is bad, amber is okay, green is good. We have also included thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and thumbs up. To start with, we have a global trend time control. Whatever time you select here applies to all trends in the application. You can also change the time on the specific trend cards. The first card we will look at is the solar wind speed. Each card has an information icon that, if you open it, will explain more. For the solar wind, we are ideally looking for it to be greater than 500, which is strong. This, coupled with southward BZ, will support a strong aurora. The trend will show amber when it is okay and green when it is best. The next thing we will look at is proton density. The solar wind is a plasma dominated by protons, hydrogen nuclei, plus electrons. Proton density tells you how crowded that plasma is, not how fast it's moving. High density equals high dynamic pressure. It compresses the magnetosphere and enhances geomagnetic activity if other conditions cooperate. People see a density spike and expect aurora. Density is an amplifier, not a trigger. Next we have BZ. BZ is the north-south component of the interplanetary magnetic field IMF carried by the solar wind. It is the single most important parameter for aurora and geomagnetic storms. We are looking for BZ to be south, meaning we are looking for negative values on the trend. -5 is good, but -10 and below is ideal. We are also looking for sustained values. -10 for 2 minutes is nothing versus -5 for 2 hours. Speed is how hard the wind blows. Density is how much mass is in the wind. BZ, southward, is whether the door to Earth's magnetic field is open and by how much. Next we have BZ/IMF. IMF is the solar wind's magnetic field that interacts with Earth's magnetic field. When IMF/BZ is southward, it opposes Earth's field and reconnects, allowing energy and particles to enter. When BZ is northward, the fields align, reconnection is suppressed, and most energy is deflected away. Ideally, we are looking for a BT greater than 10 and a BZ less than -10. If we see this sustained, it supports strong aurora. Next we have hemispheric power. Hemispheric power is the total energy in gigawatts deposited into Earth's polar ionosphere by charged particles. It rises when sustained southward BZs and sufficient solar wind energy drive particle precipitation. Higher HP generally means brighter and more widespread aurora. Next we have the substorm phase. A substorm phase happens within the aurora. It describes the current stage of energy release in Earth's magnetosphere that controls auroral behavior. Growth phase, southward BZ loads energy into the magneto-tail. Aurora is quiet, but conditions are primed. Expansion phase, sudden reconnection releases stored energy. Aurora brightens, expands equatorward, and becomes dynamic. Recovery phase, energy input drops. Aurora fades and contracts as the system relaxes. This is a good parameter to watch during aurora, as it can predict when the sky may erupt with colours. Next we have ovation. This is a model that forecasts how far reaching the aurora will be using a thing called the aurora oval. What you see is probability, not visibility. Ovation shows where aurora can occur overhead if skies are clear. It does not account for cloud, light pollution, or horizon geometry, and it reacts slightly after IMF changes. The NOAA ovation model typically lags ground-level aurora by approximately 5 to 15 minutes. It reacts after solar wind/IMF data is measured upstream and processed, while aurora can respond almost immediately to BZ changes. During fast CMEs or sharp BZ flips, ovation can be temporarily behind or briefly wrong. The moon phase is very important when trying to capture aurora. If we have a full moon, it will be so bright that it will wash out the sky, making it difficult to see the aurora. Ideally, we want a new moon so it is as dark as can be. If we have a full moon, it takes a very strong aurora to overpower it. Next we have KP forecast. KP forecast is a modelled estimate of future geomagnetic activity, KP 0 to 9, based on predicted solar wind, speed, density and IMF conditions. It represents expected averages over upcoming 3-hour blocks, not real-time behaviour. Accuracy depends heavily on BZ prediction, which is inherently uncertain, so forecasts can be right in trend, but wrong in timing or strength. KP is relative to your latitude, e.g. a KP greater than 5 is ideal for latitudes such as Ireland, whereas a KP of 4 would suit Scandinavia. Aurora Reach uses the KP predictions and history to plot on the map where we think aurora will reach. It also predicts if it may be good for photography or visual aurora. Next we have the CME dashboard. A CME, coronal mass ejection, is a massive eruption of magnetized plasma from the Sun launched into space. If Earth-directed, it can compress the magnetosphere and, if its embedded BZ turns southward, dump large amounts of energy into Earth's system. CMEs are the main drivers of strong geomagnetic storms, with effects lasting hours to days. The solar wind prediction model allows us to forecast the impact of a CME. This model is updated regularly with any new CMEs and will show if it will be a direct hit and by how much. Next we have satellite images. These show the current state of the Sun and any geomagnetic activity. Each image contains different wavelengths of light to display different attributes. The last card for LASCO C3 takes some time to load, but it is a video of the current CMEs. This is used to see if a CME has occurred, how big is it, and what direction it's headed to EEK. Is it Earth directed? Finally, we have our alerts configuration. Our alerts use FCM, Firebase Cloud Messaging, which is Google's push notification service that lets a server send messages to apps on Android even when the app is closed. When enabled, we offer a quiet hours option that allows the user to specify when not to send messages. Each one of our main parameters has an alert associated, and by default, each one will only send once per hour, so you're not spammed with notifications. At the bottom of the page, we have About This App, which provides more information about the application and explains some of the triggers we use. It's difficult to condense all of this information down into a short video, but hopefully this was helpful and you will enjoy using our application. Clear skies and happy aurora hunting.